Boom, there we go. Peace and love, world. Peace and love. You're now rocking to the sounds and vibrations of your boy, Kilam, also known as TheDonKilam. And as always, prosperity is your birthright. Let me do the screen share because it looks like it's just showing TheDonKilam's affirmation mix. Make sure we're good to go. Sound check's good. Boom, I can see the screen. Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. We in this mofo. Alright, so how y'all feeling, man? Like, subscribe, share, do all of that right now. Got people texting me. Don't text me unless you got some money. Don't ask me questions unless you got some money. Look, I don't come to you telling you, hey, buy my service or buy my products. So with that being said, don't ask me no questions. If you don't know what you're getting your ass into, don't get into it. You feel me? Don't go out here say you learn stuff from TheDonKilam, If you didn't get a one-on-one from me, you didn't learn shit from me. It's that simple. You need to understand. Listen, I'm here to protect my sacred energy, not yours, okay? So quit bringing my name up and shit. Period. You didn't learn shit from me, and I didn't show you shit. I didn't solicit no service to you. Didn't nobody put no gun to your head. If you don't know what you're getting yourself into, don't get into it, okay? That's why I like to work off with private members and private referrals. Now, that being said, a private member, listen. So look, I hand down this information. Private member showed me what they did with it. And one of them just so happens to be a celebrity. But shit's tight. And that's what I'm going to go over today. Because going into this, like I said, I'm not a licensed attorney, taxes, but I do this for educational informational purpose only. Going into this, you hear about a special Treasury direct card. Now, I've never seen that. Only black card I've ever seen is by American Express. Well, you know they got other black cards too, but the first one I seen was American Express. Now, there's no such thing as money. I need y'all to understand that. There's no such thing as money. Everything is credits. I mean, they got fiat currency, but that offsets credits, okay? So let me get into this. I'm going to talk about the Treasury direct account, okay? And truthfully, it's investing, okay? The TDA is all attached to your Social Security trust, you know? Like, let me just break down the facts first so I don't sound confusing. We'll just go to who owns the United States national debt, because this is where it all starts, okay? It starts off the debt. And right here, you can see it right here on Google, it says, the public holds over 22 trillion of the national debt. Foreign governments hold a large portion of the public debt as well. 22 trillion. And it belongs to the Social Security Trust, okay? What most people do not know is that the Social Security Trust Fund owns a significant portion of the United States debt. Okay? The Social Security Trust Fund. And they're issued in credits. Okay? You gotta learn how to go after your credits. When you assess the tax, you will be due credits. When you learn how to do this correctly. When you learn how to follow these steps correctly. And I'm going to give you the steps that we've utilized correctly. I'm just going to give you the game. I'm just going to give the game away. Okay? I just give the game away. And it's so funny that y'all don't know what to do with it. Because I can give you all the tools you need to build a house. But if you don't have the mindset and the skill set to build a house, guess what? Your ass will still be homeless. You follow me? Hope that makes sense. And that's why a lot of people out here are broke. They don't understand that prosperity is their divine birthright. Alright? And then since you don't drop the donations or do what you have to do so TheDonKilam spends his time with you, you won't understand it. But I've had private meetings with witnesses and broke down everything step by step. This is what they did to access what they needed to access. Now, let's start here before I get to the book. Because there's different steps. I want to make sure we're going through everything right. Do you need a foreign trust? Not necessarily. Do the people that I talk to have a foreign trust? Yes, they have a foreign trust, but do they utilize it? No. Do you need a 45 series EIN for an estate? Yes. And there's a special way to get that, and there's only certain banks that will give you this, okay? And I'm going to give it to you this simple. Listen, $1 million worth of game right now. You find this valuable, make sure you leave a donation on the Cash App. It's that simple. We got Angel in the building, peace and love. We got Timothy Meek in the building. All right. I see you on the YouTube, peace and love. Let me go ahead and shout y'all out real quick. Peace and love. I know Angel's in Cali. I don't know where Timothy is. Let us know where you at, Timothy, on the YouTube. And if you follow along on the Instagram, let us know where you tuned in from. All right. If you're on the replay, let us know where you tuned in from. So, this is a very crucial step, okay? I'm not going to tell you which banks and which bank actually does this, okay? There's a few different banks, and they're the only banks that will do this, okay? But when you set up an estate, you're going to need somebody who's deceased, okay? You're going to have to kill the straw man. You're going to have to kill the social. Amazing says she's in Detroit, peace and love. So, $1 million worth of game. How do you get the estate? How do you kill the social? Boom, it's easy. You get the EIN, SOPROP, boom. That creates the estate, boom. SOPROP's dead. I wanna get rid of this business. All right, but you let them know it's a building. We got Cleveland in the building. It's a step to it, but when you get the 45 series EIN within the state, we got DC in the building. We're going to kill the SOPROP. All right, because the social is already a SOPROP. We got Calvin in the building. All right, I hope that makes sense. If it don't make sense, you got more studying to do. But with the estate, we create the estate from the SOPROP. All right. Now, I don't go over everything in this book that I'm really pushing, but the book that I'm pushing is this right here. It's $250. We want to make sure that the prices. The paperback is $250. Boom, there it is. $250 for the paperback. You want on Kindle's $200. You want to get it from me? $100 right now. Cash App. All right. Cash App. Just put TDA. All right. The Cash App is TheDonKilam. TheDonKilam. Or just wait till this is over in the description and click the description box. If you're following along on the YouTube, it should already be in the description box. All right. I'm gonna go over this book. It's Treasury Direct Investing, Private Banking, and Securities for Secure Parties. You need to understand you are an investor. When you get your social and you start signing up with these government entities, you're appointing them as your trustees. They're handling your estate now. That's why you have to understand what trust is, contract law, and understand what estate is, okay? It blew my mind. Listen, my students showed me how to do this, okay? With the SOPROP. The 45 series, you utilize it with the SOPROP. You kill the SOPROP. And only certain banks will do it, and they're going to call you. They're going to call you. We got Mer Munchies in the building, Chi-Town in the building. They're going to call you. They're going to ask you a few questions. If you don't know what to say, you don't answer the right questions, you don't answer them correctly, you're not going to be able to get your estate properly, all right? Set up with your trust. Also, we got you can use the 98 series, all right? Some people use the 98 series, but you can also use, which the 98 series is considered offshore, but you can use onshore trust, okay? Now, I'll make sure you get all of this in the $100 donation. I'll make sure you get what we're going over right here. So this is a form. This breaks down Treasury pack. I don't know if y'all ever seen any of this, but this is a different way. This, when I'm going over right now, if you're following along on YouTube, It's just the basics starting off, okay? So let me go ahead and go over this on. Let me just go down the list, all right? Section 1, it goes over the UCC 1. Section 2, the UCC 1 and W8s. Affidavit of foreign status, all right? These is all forms of status correction, all right? Hold harmless agreements, revocation, termination of the franchise, because you're proving that it's a business now, all right? You understand that? It's a sole prop out the gate. That's what you just, this is the mindset you have to have, is understanding that your name is a sole prop, okay? Y'all following along? Who we got? We got Kira in the building. Timothy says he's in Texas. We got Lamar, Underground Entertainment, all the way in Milwaukee. Peace and love. Kira's, yeah, smash the like button, hit like, subscribe, share with like 3 people you find that you think is gonna find this valuable. All right, let me go ahead and spark people on up so I can relax my mind for a second, because I'll be talking so fast sometimes. She never lets me down. I love Mary. I'm trying to tell you, I love you, Mary. Mary Jane. I love her just the same. Damn, she tastes so good. Now look. Status correction. You know status correction? Some people are still lost with status correction. Like, that's why I want you to know, listen, I don't want to talk to you newbies unless you got a lot of money. But most of you newbies that come into this are broke, so I don't want to talk to you. I don't feel like lowering my vibration. You better catch an old video, follow one of them fake gurus. But UCC1, W8, foreign status, you know, a point, you know, when you go to my book, I already got the non-taxpayer affidavit, all of that. Boom. Prove that you're foreign. And then make sure you get your right EINs, okay? Because you got to understand, your name's a trust, then they turn into private charities. The private estates, private charities, they're gifting your energy, all right? Your credits, all right? It tells you what to do with it, you know, lawful order, money, all of that, Form 56s. I'm not going to get in all of this, man. But there's a whole list that you should be following, all right? Now, I got a few different steps. Just the main thing is just making sure you get these EINs. Making sure, especially that a state EIN. The state EIN is important. All right? And then making sure you're proving that you're a non-taxpayer. Making sure you're a foreign status. Making sure you got that W-8 bin on file. That is important because that's updating your tax status, all right? GSA bonds. There's a lot included, man, with these processes, all right? And these are creating a legacy. I'm gonna go straight to the book. I'm just showing y'all different things. I got three different packages that I like people to look at before they go full-fledged into going to the TDA, all right? And understanding what these things are. But most definitely, you're gonna wanna make sure you're good with the IRS. You wanna make sure your status is updated with the IRS and the Treasury before doing these things, all right? And you're always dealing with the Form 56s. So look, UCC 1s and Form 56s, all right, are important. The IRS 706, let me go ahead and show you this. I'm not gonna give y'all everything. Y'all ain't gonna get everything from me like y'all used to. I'm just gonna give y'all enough. So this is the form, the United States Estate and Generation Skipping Transfer Tax Return. This is the IRS Form 706. Say it again. IRS Form 706. One more time. IRS Form 706. All right. $1 billion worth of game right here. The IRS 706 for status correction as descendants, executors to probate, liquidate, trust, estate, in court. You need the death certificate with the coroner's seal and must have a court order granting bequest assets to the secured party and the executor. Now listen, you have to kill the sole prop. You're killing the business. You follow me? You're killing the business. You gotta learn how to shut the whole social down, that you could just operate off the sole prop and then the estates. You're taking them out of commerce. They're dead in commerce. And there's only certain banks who understand this, all right? I'm not gonna say the bank's names. I can't say the bank's names in the public, but there's only certain banks, and one bank in particular. And if you're at a certain status and you're moving things right, your bank has to tell you who will accept these documents. I want y'all to know that. Your bank has to tell you. They'll look at it, they'll look at your documents, and they're like, we can't help you, but we know somebody who can. It's that simple. And that's how we started doing business, all right? And I want y'all to know, a lot of people don't understand that the LLC is the pass-through entity. Listen, the LLC is how you move your securities. You're moving your securities through the LLC. The LLC is the pass-through entity. I'm giving y'all so much game right now. The LLC or the holding company is a pass-through entity. All right. I mean, we also have pass-through trust, but the LLC is the public entity that we're able to move our securities through. I hope that makes sense. But this right here came from Pito. Y'all can see it right here, Pito Lita. So that's one of the main Treasury accounts. When I first started dealing with the TDA, I started using Pitos, but I've learned other things as well. All right, but let's get to the book. I'm not gonna go through the whole book. I just need y'all to understand certain things. Yes, the foundational paperwork of all of this. Make sure my YouTube people's following. Y'all following me? Y'all following me? Okay, I'm gonna make sure y'all following me. All right. So the foundational paperwork starts with the declaration of status, peace and love. So I'm gonna tell you, listen, to me, this is not fiction. There's a real TDA account. You just gotta know how to set this up correctly. All right. Let me see. I want to show y'all something else too. Because when I deal with these people, I get all their EIN numbers, all of that. Let me see. I just wish y'all to see it. Here we go. When you deal with these people in writing, you gotta have all their personal information. So like, I make sure I got everybody's EIN number. Like, I got any alphabet boy you could think of. Listen, we got the CIA's information. And let me show you, because I can't show y'all everything, man. Like I said, I can't show y'all everything. I'm showing y'all too much anyways. Y'all getting in my personal computer and shit. Look. If you can't get their EIN, there's a federal information processing standards, okay? So there's ways that they process their information, and they have to process it through their very own system. And when you learn this system, this is how another way you can do complaints and do the admin process, all right? Admin process is following like complaints to get remedy, all right? That's how I view the admin process. Now, the foundational paperwork. Understand status correction. Declaration of status, and that's declaration of reclassification. Where you stand and what you have rights for with the law system. Make sure you have your power of attorney in fact. Like I said, make sure you have your affidavit of status with W.A. Ben. a certificate of authority. Make sure you have your affidavit of copyright. You have to prove that what they're using is copyrighted. All right, because you can file trademark infringements. You can file all these things. All right, these are just different ways to get paid. I'm trying to tell you. So this is the status correction I rock with. I'm giving y'all the game right now. This is the one I rock with. I pretty much gave it out there. Read it through. Understand it. This came from Eon. You know what I'm saying? I learned this from Eon right here. Just did my little changes to it. And in the process, as you can see, this is a trust declaration. It's a declaration of trust right here, embedded in the status correction. That's all you need to open up a trust account is a declaration of trust, a trust certification. And if somebody tells you otherwise, they don't really know too much about trust, truthfully. Next, look, there we go about pledged collateral and securities. So once you set up your trust and understand it, can nobody touch your securities except you. But you really don't know what to do. That's why you need to learn Series 7 training, Series 6 training. I'm giving y'all the game. Yes, I mean, it is a lot, but you got to keep going, okay? It's never ending. You can't stop. The United States is a holding company, all right? Understand that. Please understand that. You can't stop learning about your freedom. Contract law, trust law, power of attorneys, all this stuff's included too. The copyright, the certificate of authority, certificate of identity is next. Make sure you get your certificate of identity. Private banker EIN or the holding company. All right. Grantor's trust EIN, estate EIN. I'll show you how to do it. It's right there. Individual bankers EIN. The Form 56F, and this is just for banks because you're creating your private bank, all right? And it goes all now next. It breaks down the medallion stamp, all of that, and then it's gonna break down the actual Treasury forms in this book that I'm going over. I'm not gonna go over these things, but because these are the things you're gonna have to study and understand on your own, all right? But you're after the credits, all right? You're always after the credits. I want y'all to know in this book, it's going to break down and it's going to show you which forms to fill out and how to do them, okay? And how to do them. It's that simple. And we're on page 68. There's 379 pages. All right? And I hope y'all follow along. I hope y'all seen that. Now look, but first things first, you're going to have to learn status correction. You're going to have to learn business. And you're going to have to learn exactly why these things work. You're going to have to know. They are going to ask you questions. The bank, it's not going to be no boys in blue or somebody coming knocking on your door. It's going to be the bank asking you questions. And they're going to play so stupid. They're going to play so stupid. So you're going to have to guide them. You're going to have to tell them what to do. Because once you say that you have the power of attorney and you're creating these things, they have to do what you say. They have to do what you say, no questions asked. And I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions. You know, now's the time. Now's the time to let me know if you have any questions. You're going to want to grab the book though. If you want to get the book for B, I got it for you. $100. Cash App. TheDonKilam. TheDonKilam. Put hashtag TDA in your email address in the memo box. I make sure you get this ebook. If you want to talk about it, I would say we're going to start at least $500. If you want me to really go deep in the detail and help you establish what we're talking about, you're going to have to bring me to your city. It's that simple. Ain't no quick visits, none of that. This is going to take about a week, all right? A week minimum to even raise your vibration and begin to understand what's going on. You follow me? It's that simple. And I do have people that's done this. I do have people that's got their TDA accounts. And it's not hard. You just need a regular bank account. But I'm telling you, you set up a trust account because listen, let me just show you. Let me quit talking and just show you. It's just used to move securities. It's easy to set one up, but it's used to create securities. All right. Like when we go right here, to who owns the U.S. national debt. It tells you the U.S. Treasury manages the U.S. debt through its Bureau of Public Debt. So the U.S. Treasury manages the U.S. debt. So you gotta learn how to access your securities and credits. It's that simple. You've been gifting it and giving it away. It's that simple. That's why I put the 1099 OID book out there. Like, read it. That's one way to begin to access your securities and credits from the corporations that you contracted with in the public. You can get your stuff back, if that makes sense. All right? Hope that makes sense. So that's what that process is for. So you can get the credits back from the people or the corporations that you contracted with in the public. All right? Now, the stuff that's going on in the private, you're going to have to learn how to create your TDA legacy account and learn how to access that in direct affairs. It all starts with status correction. It all starts with being a secure party creditor. They just give you little bits and pieces because they don't know what they're talking about. That's what they're getting paid because they got a little bit of information about some stuff, and that's what they're getting paid off of. But they're not really living this life. They're not really sitting there hanging out with people. Listen, they got trillions of dollars. You think these millionaires are rich or not? Listen, we're going to talk about this again. Let's talk about it again. The U.S. national debt limit exceeded $28.4 trillion in October 2021. The debt ceiling was then increased again by $2.5 trillion in December 2021, this year, to reach $31.4 trillion. We're at 31.4 trillion. The U.S. Treasury manages the U.S. debt through its Bureau of Public Debts. Because some agencies like the Social Security Trust Fund take in more revenue from taxes than they need, these agencies then invest in U.S. Treasuries. So you're gifting your credits to U.S. Treasuries. You're converting your credit into the Treasury. That's why it's due to the people. But you don't know how to fill out the correct forms or fill out the correct things to access your credit. I mean, I don't know how much simpler I can get. Let me know if you guys are still confused or I mean, I don't know what else I can do to make this make sense for you people. I just broke it down, reading my books. $1 million worth of game. Who owns the U.S. national debt? The 1099 OID, educational. And this Treasury book, and I'm going to have to tax on it. Because you're going to have to find value in it. I can't just keep giving it away if you're not finding value in it. Apply this stuff. Quit trying to sell the knowledge. Okay? Quit trying to sell the knowledge. Apply it. I need you to apply the knowledge. And when you apply the knowledge, you will no longer have time to watch YouTube. You'll no longer have time to watch Instagram. Why? You got too much fucking money. You ain't got time for that. Well, scratch it from you got too much fucking credit, so you're trying to live your life. You understand? I want to live my life. I want to live my best life. I'm doing something productive. I'm still gonna be out here in the game. I'm still gonna be out here. You know what I'm saying? I just told you where to start. Where should I start? $1 million worth of game. Write it down. $1 million worth of game. 1099 OID. And buy this book I'm talking about. Alright? Go to Amazon. Buy a book from TheDonKilam. The same thing, when you see it on Amazon, you can reach out to me if you want the ebook, and you can get the ebook. You send me the Cash App, because Amazon ain't paying me shit. Alright? Amazon doesn't pay shit. If you're really going to support the author, you're going to Cash App them. It's that simple. With that, I'm out though, man. I dropped the game. Go to Amazon, get the book. There's the Cash App. TheDonKilam. Put hashtag TDA in the memo box. $100. I got it until end of January. I'll let y'all get it for $100. It's that simple. Peace and love. Remember, prosperity is your birthright. Peace.